What is up, everyone? Panda Party here today, and we're gonna have a fun, informative video on some fake LOB, the difference between wavy and glossy, and how to tell basically Asian English cards. So, hopefully, this helps you a bit. Um, Basically, I'm sending all these off to PSA to help them identify different fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I'm also sending in different copies of the same ones so they can try and, you know, teach their graders the difference between Asian English and other ones. So we'll just start with a fun one and we'll just go over the basics of wavy and glossy. Actually, let's find one where I have all of them. And a nice fake. Wavy, glossy, wavy, glossy. There we go. Machine Conversion Factory it is. So, if you can't tell, it's pretty obvious when you put cards side by side what is fake and what is not. Um, that's not to say these fakes aren't good. These are very good fakes compared to, a lot of the fake Chinese knockoffs you'll see. Um, First thing, the color saturation is off on these. Um, if you can't tell, these are darker. There's more orangey around the borders there. And when you flip them over, the back is just orange all around the border. Compared to your standard LOB, it's really obvious once you have them side by side. Always look for the orange on the back though. That's all usually the easiest way to tell. Um, the font itself just looks off. The numbers aren't right. It's really easy to tell them when you have them side by side. Next up, we've got Asian English. So Asian English is harder to tell. Um, it looks almost the same. The colors are a bit darker. That's one easy way to tell on the front. And it has like a smooth, almost texture compared to the glossy texture. It's hard to like get this on camera. So as you can see, colors are a bit darker. Let's see if I get that. Yeah, so as you can see, the Asian English on the left is darker than the glossy on the right. The card looks like a modern card compared to this, we'll say. The back looks similar, but again, the colors are off. They have different types of wax on the back. And obviously the giant Asian English logo. The thing is, you need to realize a lot of people have been rebacking Asian English cards. So if you can tell the difference on, the color saturation, things like that, it'll be a lot harder to get fooled by it. And then we've got wavy. So this is what a lot of people really need to know the difference on wavy versus glossy. So if you look at the shine, the wavy cards are like a flatter finish to them. The glossy cards have like a shiny gloss to them type of thing. It's really hard to pick up on camera, but you can sort of tell from here. Um, Difference on the back, I can tell from the wax right away. It's a lot smoother of a finish. The wavy cards generally have a bumpier back. It's hard to really explain or show unless you can see the cards. Um, but yeah, the glossy cards scratch way, way easier than wavy ones. So like 90% plus of the cards that I've seen come in tens as commons are wavy. So fun little fact. The colors are off a bit too. The wavy one is a bit more saturated than the glossy one. The darkers are a bit, or the colors are a bit darker than this one, but it's not as bad as the other ones. So that's just a quick overview on how to tell the difference with the commons for anyone who gives a shit. But another thing with the fakes, they're way flimsier, they're easier to bend, and they just feel different. They feel more like cardboard almost, if that's the way I can explain it. But once you have them side by side, it's pretty easy to tell the difference. Wavy, glossy, lots of fakes. Again, like you can tell the difference when you have them side by side. It's pretty easy once you figure it out. This is the big one though, the hollows. So this is a fake Trihorn Dragon hollow. For anyone who isn't familiar with how hollows look, this is not how a Yu-Gi-Oh! Hollow is supposed to look. Basically, this whole image is holographic. Um, they're not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have just your center of the card is holographic, not the entire card, so to speak. It looks like the whole card is holographic and shiny, with the legit ones are not. Um, Another easy tell, you can see. Do I have here that I can show? I don't have anything particularly good to show you, but the whole image itself is made up of like a hollow pattern. Even the parts like its snout and skin that aren't supposed to be hollow still have like a hollow shine to them. I kind of like the look of the fake cards, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not particularly nice compared to legitimate things. And again, orange on the back. The fakes curl fairly easy is another tell. Um, that's pretty obvious. And again, back feels kind of like cardboard, and the front doesn't feel right. And they're super bendy, like they took a bite of the gum gum fruit. So that's just a quick little overview on how you can tell the difference. Uh, Especially if you don't know the difference between wavy and glossy, because it is a bit harder to tell if you don't know what to look for with uh, the non-hollow cards. The holographic cards is pretty easy to tell the difference if you're looking for wavy versus glossy. Asian English, most people go by the giant, you know, Asian Yu-Gi-Oh logo on the back, which is usually a helpful way of figuring it out. Unfortunately, with rebackers, it's still nice to be able to tell the difference a bit. One thing I will note that I can't really show because I don't have any Asian English hollows on me at the moment. You can tell by the bottom left corner of the actual image of the card. So let's say, like down here, all legitimate LOB cards have like a little white line almost part in that corner from lining up the holographic that is pretty easy to tell when you know what to look for. So all holographic LOB cards that are legitimate first edition from back in the day will have a little like empty holographic spot there. It just looks off when you look at it. Um, Asian English cards don't have that, and any of the rebacked cards, an easy way to tell is that, and I find it's easy to tell from the colors, especially the borders. The Asian English cards I find have a way different border. That's generally how I tell immediately if something's been rebacked, possibly or not. But just keep that in mind if you're looking at buying any cards, even if they're graded. Some of them have been slipping through PSA and Beckett with three backs. Um, PSA is still grading fake LOB, unfortunately. So hopefully this little kit will help them out a bit, and it'll teach you something that you didn't already know. So hope you learned something, and have a good one.